Namaste everyone. Welcome to a quick warm-up video which you can use as a flow on its own or as a warm-up before you go out for a run or move on to another workout for the day. So we'll begin seated and just go into some very gentle wrist circles, some neck rolls, and some gentle shoulder circles going clockwise and counterclockwise. Start to bring your attention to your breath, just beginning to warm up the joints. We're going to move into ankle circles in a few. For this, come to sitting on your sits bones, lifting both legs up. You can support yourself at the back with your hands and begin to very gently move your ankles, flexing, pointing your feet, keeping your core engaged. You can keep your hands on the ground, or if you prefer more of a challenge, you can lift them up and place them parallel to your shins, so coming into a full boat. Otherwise, just support yourself down with your hands. Pulling the belly in, filling your lungs with air, exhaling, drawing the belly in towards the spine. As you exhale, cross your legs, come into a tabletop position on hands and knees. Moving into 5 or 6 cat-cows. So warming up the spine here. Broadening through the collarbones. Come into a neutral spine. Lift the right leg up and stack the right hip over the left. We're going to move to the left side. So we're going to keep this really fast-paced and dynamic, just to build some heat. We're going for about 10 of these. Opening and stacking. You can even come onto your fingertips to get a little more space in the hip. From here, as you exhale, tuck your toes and hover the knees off the floor for a second and move to down dog. And we'll do that a few times. So hovering the knees off the floor, exhaling to down dog. Hover, down dog. Going for a total of 10. Keep the belly drawn in. You can move as fast or as slow as you'd like. Remember, you can always pause this video. Nearly there. Great. From here, lift the right leg up in down dog and stack the hip, right hip over left. Same thing that we did in tabletop, moving between the right and the left side for 10 in total. This flow is great to do on days when you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to get some movement in. Great to increase mobility and flexibility. Now, flip your dog. So bring the right leg behind you, take a seat, and start to lift back up using your glutes into this wild thing. So you're stabilizing on your right hand, right leg, and left foot. And every time you reach up, you're squeezing your glutes and reaching your chest up to the ceiling. 10 of these lifts. When you're done with your 10, we're going to meet back in down dog. We'll move over to the left side, so picking up the left leg, start to flip your dog. If you've never done a flip dog before, just avoid it and stay in that hip stack position. Again, lifting and lowering. Come back into your down dog. And we're going to shift into a plank here. You have a choice to keep your plank on your toes or on your knees. Prepare for 10 push-ups to down dogs. So we're going to shift to plank, push up either on your knees or toes, and back to down dog. Focus on driving your push-ups from your back and your breath. Really engage your core. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the glutes. Keep the heels pressing back away from you. When you're done with your 10, we'll meet in tabletop position. From tabletop, bring your right leg to the outside of the right hand. Take your right hand behind your head. We're going to open in this twist and close. So opening the chest and then closing it completely, like you're trying to bring your right elbow to your left wrist. Go for 10 of these chest openings and twists. As you exhale, move back to tabletop, and we'll move to the left side. So the left leg to the outside, left hand behind the head, opening the chest and closing it off completely. From here, take it back to tabletop and find your downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up. Bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Open up in this easy twist. And as you exhale, bring your left foot to the outside of the left hand and sit in squat. Hands down, straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, back down to squat. Keep your left foot where it is and take your right leg back. So you're twist on the left side. Back to squat, straighten the legs. Exhale down. Keep your right foot where it is. Take the left leg back and twist. So you can see a pattern forming here. Back to squat, straighten the legs. Squat. Take the right leg back and find your twist. Back down, find squat. Straighten the legs. Back down to squat. Right leg where it is, take the left leg back And now you're going to start to turn to the left side of your mat and come into side lunge. Keep the chest open. Shift over to the left leg for side lunge on the left side. Turn to face the back of the room, so facing your left leg, and drag your right leg, that's it, the right leg forward, so you're back in your squat. From there, we'll reverse the movement, so back into side lunge on the left leg, shift to the right side, and you're going to drag your left leg to meet the right and squat. We'll do that a few times. Left leg to the back, side lunge. Shift, side lunge to the back of the mat. Squat to the back of the mat. Going back round. Right leg reaches back, so you side lunge on the left. Shifting, side lunge on the right. Coming into squat, back to the front of the mat. Take your hands back on the mat and we're going to come into bridge twist. So either the level 1 version is to come into your bridge and just reach one arm across to the floor behind you, just twisting in the upper back, keeping the glutes firm. Or level 2 is to come into a reverse tabletop. Hands pointing left and right or pointing in towards your feet. And same thing, reaching one hand across your chest to the opposite side. That's it, we're going for 10 of these. And then we're going to come into a variation of down dog with the legs crossed. So once you're done with 10, reach one arm over to the floor and start to turn your feet so that your legs are crossed. Shift your hips back so you're in a down dog. Back to tabletop. Twist and find this down dog variation with crossed legs. Twist to down dog. Twist and down dog again. Great. You're welcome to pause the video and do that a couple more times. Come to standing at the front of the mat. We'll move into our warrior 2. So keeping the right foot forward, take the left leg back. Find your warrior 2. Find your plie here. Warrior 2 to the back of the room, so with the left leg leading back to plie. Warrior 2, reverse your warrior. Back to plie. Warrior 2 to the back of the room and reverse. Plie, reverse warrior. Plie, reverse. Plie, and you're going to hold plie here. Just shift from side to side, just opening up the inner thighs. Exhale, straighten the legs, parallel your feet, and come into a forward fold. You can choose where to have your hands here. From here, make your way back onto your mat and rest in child's pose. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that video, and you can now continue with the rest of your day or onto another workout. Namaste.